all the way from the United States in Arizona. South Australia is one of the finest going around right now playing minor league baseball with the San Diego Padres. Riley Yeatman, what is going on, buddy? How you doing over in AZ?
Oh, not much. Everything's going well. How are you doing, Eric?
I'm doing really well. It's kind of weird here. We're in the middle of the cold winter here. We're a bit deprived of baseball, so we're kind of left to our devices trying to watch South Aussies like you, I guess, like seeing you, Curdy, Jacko, do all your thing overseas. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, it's very cool, especially watching. I watched a couple of the Curdy's games and Rickson's games and Jacko's games so far, and they've been playing really well.
Yeah, keeping tabs. So do you keep tabs with the boys as well as they're overseas too?
Yeah, Jacko's been like sending me messages saying like, how's everything going? How's it extend? Like, how are you doing? Like away from family and that. So we've been communicating.
So how are you doing away from family? I guess this would be the longest time you've been away from home?
Yeah, so I think the first month was like definitely tough because like I haven't been away from home in like forever. So then, but now it's getting closer and closer to like I'm only near like 3 or 4 months away from going back home. So it's kind of just living it and hoping every day goes fast until I go back home.
Yeah, you're kind of at that midway point, aren't you, of like being overseas before getting back to South Australia?
Yeah, our season's got I think 2 months left, and we've got instructs, and then we back home. So hopefully the start of November.
So right now, though, I understand. So what date did you get over there roughly again into to Arizona?
Uh, I got here the 25th of February.
Yeah, right. And it is now the 22nd of June in the United
Yeah,
States. So you've
yeah.
been, for the last 4 months, you've been living where?
Uh, in a hotel room. I finally moved into an apartment last night, so been
After
stuck in
four
a
months.
hotel, yeah, for 4 months.
Jesus. So like what was
Yeah.
was the hotel at least nice? Like was it a good setup at least?
Uh, yeah, well, it was a nice hotel, but that's where every year, like, because we share a complex with the Seattle Mariners, so they've got guys staying in there, we've got guys, and then there's also like tournaments, like high school tournaments that happen at our complex, so that's where all the high school players stay in that. So it's basically just a baseball hotel every weekend.
But now you've got your own apartment. Like who do you live with and how far away is it? Like how do you get to the field? Where is this apartment in location to the field?
So it's about a 20-minute walk and then about a 5-minute drive. So it's behind our complex, but just a little bit further away.
So like paint a picture for me. Like what is the complex? Like how many fields are there? You just like how do you get to the complex? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we've got six like big main fields, and then we've got two like half fields that just like infielders will go on and like pitches for PFBs. And then we've got a big stadium in the middle between us and the Seattle Mariners. And then we've both got just one big building with the minor league locker room and big league locker room, just any other like weight rooms and training rooms and that.
So the stadium's like where you would play the games that you just started playing now too, right?
Yeah, so I think this month we're playing in the stadium. The next month, Seattle Mariners are playing in the stadium.
And where will you go when the Seattle Mariners are playing in the stadium?
We were just playing our field two, so just on our back fields.
Yeah,
When
right.
we move into the back fields.
So and like who do will it be the same sort of teams you play against, like the Rockies and the like I've seen a few of the what teams do you play against? I know you play against the Mariners, the Rockies, all those kind of teams.
Yeah, so we play the Rockies tomorrow night. We played San Francisco. They've got two teams. We played them last night. We play Texas, Royals, Dodgers, Reds, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox. We basically play everyone. And
It's
we
a lot
play
it's a
we
lot of
play
guys though that are like like a lot of guys that are like similar to your age, kind of just getting over
yeah.
there, getting into pro ball kind of for the first time, right?
Yeah, there's like guys in my team are 17 that are only like about to turn 18. So yeah, and then there's just like guys that are like rehabbing or they've come down to work on stuff from their like any other affiliate. So yeah, it's basically just a bunch of like 17 to 21-year-olds just grinding every day.
So walk me through what a day would look like. I'll give two parts to this, but let's start off with like what a day is going to like tomorrow. Outline for me what your day looks like. You say you're playing a game, so like start it for me from like when you wake up to when you go to bed. I'm just curious about it all.
Yeah, so well tomorrow I'm pitching, so I'll basically wake up at like 9:30, relax for a bit and get some breakfast, then basically come back to my apartment and just chill for a second. Just drink a lot of water because it's very hot out here in Arizona, and then basically go to the field around 3 o'clock and get ready for a 6 p.m. game.
And then you do you know when you're gonna pitch? Like, is it prescribed innings? Being like, yeah, Riley, you're coming in inning whatever.
So tomorrow we've got our starters. He's throwing 4 innings, I think, or just like he's scheduled for 4 innings, but just depending on how he goes. So hopefully I'll come in earlier, but if not, I'll probably be the 5th inning.
Yeah, cool. So you just got to be ready to go for that bullpen stint. And then what did it look like, I guess, 2 months ago? Because these games have only started in the last couple weeks. So for 3 months, you were doing what?
Yeah, well, the first month month and a half, we had spring training. That was basically getting to the field at 6:45 in the morning, having breakfast, and then if there was a meeting or something, like with the whole minor league system, we'd have a meeting. Then basically there would be 100 and something pitchers. We all get split up into our 4 backfields, so we're all in so we're not just in all one group. So yeah, we split up into 4 groups and basically do our stretch, like plyos, throwing program, and do some like picks during throwing program. And then either it was just like pitchers have PFBs by himself, or have like a team defense, and then do some conditioning. Then if we had to shag for the big league team, we would shag for the big league team. But yeah.
So it's just a lot of repetition.
Yeah, basically, you just basically did the same things for a month and a half during spring training.
So how's your game going? Like, have you noticed improvement from when you left in February to where you are now 4 months later?
Yeah, I think I've noticed that I'm starting to get like a lot more stronger. Just like doing workouts 3 workouts every week. Definitely my velocity's gone up. On last Thursday, I was sitting 88, 89, and touching 90. So I was happy with that. Yeah, and probably just growing as a person, and like not spending just like time with just Americans, like spending time with like the Latin guys, and like learning how to speak Spanish and just like hanging with them.
So you've learned a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah, it's a little, but just, yeah, it's on the learning side.
Yeah, it's a cool learning experience, right? Because I'm imagining you'd have guys from like anywhere from Cuba to Venezuela to anywhere from Latin America to South America to Central America and kind of everything in between.
Yeah, basically my whole team, I think there's 4 or 5 guys that speak English, and then the rest of them are just guys that speak Spanish. So there's sometimes when like you're in the field and you're the only English speaker, you just gotta just brave it out and hope that you can understand what they're saying. But normally, like some of the Latins are really good with their English as well. So if there's a visit, like a mound visit, he can communicate with me like with what they're saying then into English, so I can understand it.
So how many people, I mean, you're playing minor league baseball in the United States on your current team. How many people were born in the United States?
The 4 of us.
4 of us, and you're not one of them.
Yeah. No, I'm not one of them, no. Oh, no, it'll be 3. We've got a guy from the Bahamas, but he can speak English. So there's 3 of them in our team that were born in the United States.
So it sounds like it's really a great opportunity in league for guys to get acclimated to just living life overseas and in America or whatever that age group is.
Yeah, it's just good because like you get to learn other people's cultures and what they grew up like with their basic situation back home, and just like learning from what they come from to where they are now.
How crazy different is it from all over the world, just the way that baseball's introduced, whether it be from playing on the streets or from playing at a local club in a park like in Australia?
Well, yeah, guys like some of the Latin guys, they were like showing us pictures where their like baseball field is just in a like middle of the park. They build their own mounds, and it's just like weird because like back home you've got like footy fields that you can go like onto, soccer ovals, but like, and you got your baseball, but they just basically on the street and then find a park and just build a baseball field basically.
Yeah. So how much were you hanging out to be playing baseball games again after not really playing in them for a few months?
Yeah, well, after we had like little games during spring training, but I didn't really pitch in them because I was there for extended. But yeah, we had I think 3 or 4 days off between spring training extended. Then got back into start extended. We threw some like bullpens, and then yeah, we played games. It was just good to finally like just play. It wasn't really competitive then, but it was just still good to like jump on the mound and face other teams I've never like faced before.
I guess it's different when you're like putting on your jersey representing the Padres and playing other guys that are representing the Rockies, like the competitive juices all of a sudden change when it's not inter squad anymore.
Yeah, like during extended, we were like, I think it was just more like just learning like to get like better as a team, and then it's definitely helped. Like now the season, so we're definitely like gelling more as a team and working as a team. Is like during extended, we were just like it was kind of everyone was like by themselves and not like being a team. But now it's good that we're just being competitive and working as a team.
So then you have these extended games. So you got your first appearance last week. Were you nervous before going into the game?
I was very nervous. I yeah barely slept the night before. I think it's just like even with my first like ABL start, even when it wasn't the season, I was still nervous. But yeah, I was very nervous. I think I just needed to get a bat like extended. I was throwing really well, barely giving up any runs, any walks, and I think I just needed one game where I just didn't throw as well. But then last week came back and did my thing that I was doing extended and got the save.
Yeah, we'll get to your second start in a second one because the first one like it didn't, and it's not to nag on it or anything, but like it didn't go like it wasn't the dream debut, I suppose, when you had your first start.
Yeah, so I was meant to be originally starting, and then I found out the day before that a rehab guy was starting, so he was throwing 1 inning,
Yeah.
and so basically, like as soon as he goes out for his like first pitch of the game, that's when I got to start like warming up on the mound because he only had 16 pitches. So I think I just wasn't really prepared to go into the game because I thought like I was preparing as I was starting, but I definitely was. Yeah, I just didn't really have fastball command, and yeah, they were just hitting everything, which is normal. They're pro guys, and this is what they're signed to do, just hit. So yeah.
But then, I mean, baseball, it's as much as how you bounce back, right? Like everybody's going to have their day where it doesn't go well, but you come back in your second one, you go 2 1/3, you strike out a few guys, you only allow the one hit, and crucially, you don't allow any runs. Like that was probably more that was the stuff that you probably would have really liked to see, the 2 1/3, not allowing any runs and only allowing the one hit.
Yeah, like as the coaches said, like this is your one game that you haven't like put your best foot into it. But I just going to last week, I was definitely like more relaxed and just enjoying myself and just like taking the pressure off. Like this is what I've been doing my whole life, and just went out there and just pretend like it's an extended game, and yeah, worked in my favor.
Like it's meant to be fun, right? So like when you
Yeah.
what was working, like I guess if you're going analytically in terms of the technical stuff, was it just that fastball command that allowed you to set yourself up for some of the other pitches?
Yeah, definitely. Like the first game against the White Sox, I just couldn't really throw a fastball for a strike. I had to rely on my off speed a lot. But in this game, it was basically set up my fastball with the first pitch strike, and then work off my curveball and changeup. If I need to go back to my fastball, it was there. So it was always good to have that back with me.
Because going over 2 innings, like especially when you're saying you're coming in, you're pitching an inning there, were you meant to be going over 2 innings, or was it like okay, he's going good, let's just keep him out there until he's not?
Well, we're only playing a 7 inning game, so I came in with 2 outs in the fifth.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just I knew that like there was a guy that came in for us. So I knew that sitting in the bullpen, like I knew that I had like just a job to do if we were losing or winning, just to keep it as close as possible, just to so we could have a chance to win. And we got the win 7-1, I think. So it was a good win.
With the old classic 7-out save.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's definitely. And I think because we're playing in the stadium as well under lights, it just I just had more like velo behind me, which I was thankful for.
And so tomorrow that will be under lights as well, or it's kind of
Yeah, it'll be stadium under the lights as well. So looking forward to that again.
Yep. And then in terms of like your dialogue you have with the people at the Padres, like what do they say about your own progression? Is it just like, yep, we just need you for a year here, seasoning, learning how to be overseas, growing into an adult, all that kind of stuff, and then evaluate from there in the off season and what happens and things like the ABL?
Yeah, well, I had a meeting with our 2 pitching coaches, just like a player plan, just to see what they want to hear, what's on like my mind and everything. So yeah, we just talked about like how there's like guys in like our pitching group that aren't really taking it as seriously as they want it to, and they were like, "You have like good stuff, so like you just need to focus on you and like just trying to get better. So we have to like make a choice for you to get sent to like low A or high A." So I think it's just working hard every day and just competing when it's my opportunity on the mound.
And so do you have those conversations with them and say, yep, like I'm going back to Australia and this is what I would like my summer to look like, whether it be, yep, I might pitch a bit for the Giants, might get an appearance in something like Super League or with East Torrens for a game here and there, and how much do they dictate what you can and can't do in the winter?
Well, we had a little chat today, but it's pretty early. Like I've only thrown 2.2 innings, so it just depends on how many innings I throw. But yeah, I'd love to go back to the Giants and finally play my first year. So yeah, love to do that.
So the intention, and I think people under here also understand that, like, yeah, it's completely sometimes dictated by the clubs, but your intention would be to suit up for the Giants and play for the ABL, get on the road and play an actual ABL game.
Yeah, like definitely, like even if I have to come back like in January, I don't really mind. But as long as I'm back home pitching in front of fans and my family, I don't really mind.
Yes, I know that's been a bucket list item for you for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been nearly 2 years since the age thing, but yeah, it's just good that hopefully I can come back and pitch in front of a packed West Beach and family and friends.
And so what are you missing most about home right now?
Probably the home cooked meals.
Yeah, who's the chef at home?
Well, it just depends when either me and my brother don't have training, but it's normally dad, and if dad's working, it's mum. But yeah, just miss the home cooked meals and just having fun and chilling.
What's the Yeatman home cooked meal special? What's the one meal that if you could say, yeah, dinner time right now, dad or mom, they're cooking, like this is what I would love to have on the menu right now?
Probably butter chicken.
Butter chicken.
I've missed my butter chicken.
What about the East Torrens Club meal?
Probably the gyros, the chicken gyros. Yeah.
So we need the East Torrens gyros or the mom dad butter chicken.
Yeah, that's what we need.
And are you keep in touch with your brother as all? Like obviously he's got a big month coming up for him, right? With the under 16 state team and stuff.
Yeah, I think he's a week away from leaving, so he's staying home from school so he doesn't get COVID. So he leaves in I think a week to go play under 16s. I mean, he's watched me play under 16s for 3 years and just enjoyed it. So I think he'll have a blast.
So given that you've had that state team experience and you've done charters, and obviously Connor's had some of that too, but like how much do you help give him some advice about what to expect from going to play a tournament like that?
Well, he doesn't really listen to the advice I give him, but I think because he's been there and he's watched like how, like the years I've played, how like competitive it's not like charter based. It's like the best kids in the state, so he knows that it's going to be there's going to be challenging times, but he'll enjoy it. Hopefully, I can bring back a medal.
Yeah, Riley, I really appreciate you taking some time to just chat and catch us up on what's going on, and really, like, we're looking forward to. We'll be watching that that stat line, that box score intently when you're playing the Rockies tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Enjoyed it. Hopefully, I'm back home soon.
Yeah, we're looking for. Well, you will be home soon, and we'll be all looking to hear the stories in person, and we'll be chatting. I'm sure that, but it's great to hear from you, man.